Boy, heavy pressure. They were bringing sauce. The ball loose. No signal.
Intentional grounding. Offense, number 5. That foul occurred in the end zone. The result of the play.
Can you believe that? How about the play by Gardner? Dialed up by the defensive coordinator, Jeff Ulbrich. The Jets are a team that does not blitz that much, the 4th least. And here is the punt by Morstead, a beauty. Berrios at about the 7. We'll get it for New York. And on the move and looking for some room and knocked out of bounds on the play.
Wasn't drafted coming out, but put up some really good numbers in the preseason.
Hall was in the backfield, 3rd and 10, getting away, and the great pressure put in there. It may have been Jerome Baker after the safety and the return. Man, in deep back is Howland. They're looking, shading his eyes. Big kick and down at the 2. There are 2 tight ends. It's 1st and 11. Thompson got a block from the running back and goes outside, and that is Hill, who fullback in golden motion. Mostert gets the call on that 2nd down and 5. And the need, the 44 of the Jets. Shell the block and going deep and out of bounds and incomplete. And 7 with Breece Hall, the rookie running back. Wilson blitzes on. Hall the block to the side. They go. They got the 1st down. Corey Davis. Jets offense has not scored a first quarter touchdown this season. 3rd and 4. Here comes the rush by Agba. And out of the end zone over the head of Moore, who is covered deep by Javon Holland. And he got it. 3:07 to go. Thompson. A bullet shy of the 1st, though. It's caught by Sherfield. 1st and 10. Uzomah, the tight end, on the move with a couple backs and a fake by Wilson. And a block by Uzomah. And downfield they go. This is the rookie running back Hall. There's a block downfield by Berrios. Still on his feet, dragging defenders down to the 1. Uzomah on the move. It's Carter knifing his way in. Touchdown, New York Jets.
Kevin, we talked about if the Jets were going to be able to, how the Jets were able to come back in the 4th quarter in those final 2 minutes.
Fake to Mostert. Block by Gesicki and out of bounds to the flag as Hill was defended by DJ Reed.
Pass interference. Defense number 4.
Well, Hill coming across in motion, trying to push Reed up the field. And then Thompson, when he gets in trouble, just looking for him. And
Edmonds was in motion. Thompson looking for an escape hatch. He got the ball off. A diving catch by Waddle. 2nd down and 9. That was a big, giant win over Green Bay. It's Edmonds. And the reverse Hill slides, and he's down inside the 11-yard line. Craycraft in motion, 8th play of the drive. 1st and 10 from the 12. Mostert. It's a foot race there with Johnson. Wow! Turn the corner, he's in for 6 on a 12-yard touchdown run. Raheem Mostert.
Look at this.
15.
How about this for me? Look at this. Look at all the guys lined up back here. Only 3 are going to rush.
Riley and Baker are back there as linebackers. Underneath they go, and it's caught by Uzomah. 29-yard line after the punt. It is 1st and 10. Gaskin dodging defenders, getting a block from Hill. Craycraft on the move. Thompson's got the ball. Here they come, and there he goes with a wobbly pass. It's picked off! And that's the 1st interception by Gardner.
Good quick change.
2nd down, 12, blocked by Carter. That gives the quarterback time. There's the great move. Boy, he's tough to bring down. Keyshawn was number 1 overall. Wilson number 10. It is 1st and 10. Breece Hall. Oh, there was a great block thrown in there. 2nd down and 3. It's Hall. Got a block there from Tomlinson. And that uncorks him. A 1st and 10. Hall again. Back by Needham, and then Needham holds on and brings him down in 2nd and 2. Hall, the hesitation. Third and goal. Good block right there by Brown. Here comes Wilson to the end zone. Touchdown, Jets.
Well, the ball came out. They're calling it touchdown. They're saying he crossed the plane before the ball came loose.
Like last week in Pittsburgh for the Jets.
Yep. Well, Dolphins only rush 3, drop 8 into coverage. Wilson takes advantage of it. Barely got it off.
Yep, there they go. Looking for a block. He got one from Hill into the secondary. Thompson is 6 of 10. Waddle's only had 1 catch. Hill is on the move. Mostert the block. Little the block. And that's underneath, and Smythe, the tight end, has it. Mostert back in. They go to the other side. And Hill may have jumped in front of Reed and got the ball.
Knowing you get the ball first coming out in the second half.
Gesicki, the tight end, 9th play of the drive, 2nd and 10. Down the middle they go. And that's caught at the 10-yard line by Hill. Thank you, Gene. Mostert there in the pistol. 2nd down and goal. And look at this. It's the tight end, Smythe, on the direct snap, a la Travis Kelce of Kansas City. Smythe with the touchdown run of a yard. Trenstead, 80 on the ground, 1st and 10. Mostert, Engel to block, and now he's off to the races. Into the secondary, 3rd and 5. It's the first drive of the second half. Crumbling pocket for Thompson, and incomplete to Gesicki. The wind to deal with, and he nails it through, and 8:40 to play in the 3rd, and Miami has come to within 2.
And he still would have gotten paid. That says a lot about Dwayne Brown. He's 37. He's had over 200 starts in his career. He's like, listen, I want to play football.
Brees Hall into the secondary. Brees Hall tries a submarine and did not get it clearly, just barely inside the 45.
I love being aggressive, but I think with a 2-point lead, I'd go ahead and punt it at this point.
4th down and 2. And a block by Brown, and downfield they go, and it's incomplete. Needham was over there on wide receiver Corey Davis. And Thompson, who's 11 of 19. Moving up nicely, grabbed by Franklin Myers and finished off by Quinnen Williams. It's a sack, the first by the Jets. Jets have only scored 3 points in the 3rd quarter in the first 4 games. None here, 3rd and 4. Good block by Brown. Outside they go. That's Jeff Smith. Mitchell's out, by the way, normally starting at the right tackle. He had a knee injury last week. 2nd down and 8. Boy, they're coming quickly, and they're coming fast. And he tries to get away, and he can't. Brandon Jones on the fly. Shooting through on the other side. It's the 2nd sack for Miami. Going deep and looking for Waddle. Just the 2nd time they've thrown to him, and a flag is thrown on Carter.
Pass interference. Defense number 30.
That brings the flag. Look at that. He's got a handful of jersey. That's what makes it easy for the officials, because that limits Waddle's ability. It looks like they're not going to blitz to try and knock him out of field goal range.
3rd and 10. It's Waddle cutting. Redwell, great play. Jordan Whitehead. This for the lead. No good. Wide right from 54. The Dolphins just missed a field goal that would have put them ahead for the first time. And on downs or on that missed field goal, it's 1st and 10. And they go outside with a good catch by Corey Davis.
The Jets come away with some points being down in here.
2nd down 9. To the 2-time All-America Brees Hall. Got it. Down near the 1. Carter. Cutting. Touchdown. 1-yard touchdown run. And the Jets have gone up by 8.
And tried signaling with his hand to get the ball going. Cost him 5 yards.
1st and 15. Good block by Gesicki, but they get lost right in. They lost the ball and picked up by Quentin Williams, the big man to the 5. It's the Dolphins' first lost fumble all season.
But now the Jets with an opportunity to try and stretch this lead.
Breece Hall, that's a block by Uzomah. Flag thrown, burrowing to the 1. 2 flags thrown, gain of 4 as it stands now.
Result of the play is a touchdown. Personal foul, face mask. Defense number 98.
Mostert back in. Ingold, he'll pitch out to Mostert. Oh, what a great play! Turned in by Quan Alexander. Read it well, throws him for a 4-yard loss. And the Jets defense does their job. They'll get it over on downs. Zach Wilson, 14-21. Handoff here. Big hole. Breece Hall. He's got the first down. 2nd down, 9. Berrios. Jet sweep. Touchdown.
Call sheet that fits what his style is.
So the incompletion, now it's 4th and 7. Here they come again. Racing hard. Thomas has got a beat on him. And broken up and incomplete. Michael Carter at the 10.
Well, it's a legal formation. Nobody was on the line of scrimmage covering up the left tackle.
It was 19-17 with the Jets holding on to a 2-point lead after 3. Then the Jets scored 21 unanswered points in the 4th quarter.